Hello and good evening, everyone. Only Positivity here. No coffee with me today. Like I was saying, I'm trying to stay away from drinking coffee in the afternoons and the evenings because it tends to keep me up all night. Yeah, so no coffee today. I'm just trying to get all my water in and stuff. But picked up a few of these mini pre rolls by Swift Lifts from Sunnyside out in the Chicagoland area. So these are really nice. Always nice to have some pre rolls because rolling it up does take some time, right? So picked up some Gelato Swift from Swift Lifts. It was a five pack pre roll. So yeah, man, it's really cool. Picked up some of these THC like pills too. Really nice. Don't always be like token. It's not as good for you, I guess, but whatever. Anywho, so while I'm finishing this book that I'm reading, it's really long. It's like 900 pages. So I figured that's gonna take me a minute to get through. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna like free reign. Put out some thoughts that I've been thinking about over the last few weeks, last year or so. So yeah, but before that, I guess I do have a story for today, and a lot of my stories, I will, now that I'm looking back on them, they're bathroom related, I guess, and I guess like the bathroom's a good place for me. I do a lot of thinking down there. I edit a lot of the pictures that I post, while I'm doing my thing. So I guess yeah, I guess I do have a lot of stories. So this story also has to do with the bathroom and things like that. So I'll just jump into it. So, a few years ago, like 7, 8 years ago, I went out of town for Thanksgiving, and I went to I guess a friend of a friend's like gathering, just tagging along with one of my buddies. So, the reason I say that is that I'm just a little bit more cautious, I guess, in someone else's house, and you don't try to sprawl out as hard in someone's house that you don't really know. So, in any case. So it's a great time, we're having food, having a few drinks, laughing, playing some card games, some board games and stuff, just, shooting it. And then, I was backed up all day, right? And, I've said this before, but, when I'm traveling, I tend to not drink as much water. I'm not as hydrated. So, I'm not like going as often or whatever, right? It's not coming out as smooth, I guess. Um, so I guess that was the case, right? The night before, we were probably up late having a few drinks and stuff like that, like we do on vacation. And then I must not have hydrated the next day, and we must have, ate some food. I don't exactly remember. So I'm bloated the whole day. I guess I'm dehydrated. Just I haven't been cleaned out yet. So I'm just looking to get that done. But it's in there, and I know it's coming out. So at some point it's gonna happen. So I'm not super worried about it. So, once I get to the party, I start drinking water, right? On vacation, I drink coffee anytime, so I got some coffee in me. So, all those things combined are going to clean me out one way or another. So, anyway, the time comes, and I'm at the party now, and I'm like, damn it. But anyway, I don't mind. But so, I don't know if anyone's ever been in like an apartment or a house like this. So, the bathroom is really close to the living room where everyone is congregating, right? So, even if I went in there and like stood up and peed, like you would be able to hear it very clearly because I heard someone else do that at the party. And anyway, I'm like, I definitely can't take a shit on the first floor because, um, like they're gonna hear me, right? And I don't want to feel like, um, people are listening because I'm sure they wouldn't listen. Like, why would they? But they'll get caught in by like some of my noises and stuff, whatever. So, you know, after that, so I put my buddy aside and I go, "Yo, dude, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Like, you go to the bathroom, right, on the first floor, and then I'll be like, yo, like, I gotta go. I really gotta go. Um, can I use the upstairs bathroom? Because I don't want to, I'm not gonna go up in someone else's upstairs like that. You know what I mean? And just be lurking around. If there's a bathroom open on the first floor, right? There's really no need for that. And then I look creepy, right? So in any case, so my buddy goes to the bathroom, right, and then the plan that goes so smoothly. I'm like, yo, all right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom upstairs. He's in there. Is that cool? They're like, yeah, dude, no worries, go upstairs. Nicest people ever. So I go upstairs, I do my thing, glorious, right, and I'm king in the castle up there. Um, so I'm sitting there, and then I should have double tapped it, man. I should have done it because it was one of those big ones, right? I should have double tapped it, but I didn't. So I didn't double tap it, and then obviously I clog it. Now I'm not gonna keep hitting the flush button because it's gonna overflow, and then we're in some real trouble, you know. Anyway, so I've unclogged toilets before, right? I wasn't like scared about that. I mean, I was a little scared. So then I go to get the plunger, right? I've never unclogged a toilet with a plunger in my whole entire life. So I'm using it. I don't know if I'm using it right. It didn't work, so I must not have been using it right. But I know how to do it with like a coat hanger, right? Like one of those wire coat hangers, like unwound. So I'm like, I know these people got some coat hangers, right? So I open the door like real slowly and I peek out. You know, it's everyone's downstairs. I don't hear any lurking upstairs. So I run into another room that I assume is the master bedroom, and it is. And I pull out a coat hanger from the bedroom, right? I go into the closet like a real serial killer, and I come outside with the coat hanger, sneak back in. So then I do my thing, and I actually do it. I unclog it, get the thing to flush, and then we're good to go, right? So I don't I like just kind of like fold up the hanger, like, knead it up so it's like in a little, like, coil. And I literally just put it in the garbage, because I don't have the skills to put it back together, I guess. Um, and I don't know if I would want that hanging up in their room either. So anyway, so I get it done, throw the coil away, and then I go back downstairs, and it's been a minute by this time, right? It's been probably like 30 minutes. So I go back downstairs, and everyone's like, "Yo, what were you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "They're like, you've been gone for a minute." And I was like, "Dude, I was just doing that." He's like, "No, you weren't." And my buddy was just calling me out, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "We heard all these steps going up." So apparently, I was fucking Sasquatch stepping around, like, doom doom. I don't, maybe they got light floors. I don't know. I thought I was tiptoeing, but I was just like, then I had to break the story down. I was like, "Dude, this happened. I called the toilet man, but I fixed it. Like, don't worry, it's all good. Like, I just wouldn't worry about it." So I had to come clean at that point. So anyway, I don't know. It was kind of a stupid story. But yeah, a lot of bathroom stories. So, um, anyway, right? We'll come back to what I was trying to talk about today. And what I was trying to talk about today was, I don't know, dude. So let me see if I can put this into words, right, before titling it. So I was off for like 6 days straight over Thanksgiving break, and I took off like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had Saturday, Sunday off, and Monday. So I was off for 6 days straight, right? And I didn't go to work, so I was, kind of off routine that way, and I just had a lot of time to myself, and I got to thinking, about, like, dude, what do I want to do with my life? Like, I got this corporate job. It's all good, but I was like, I'm gonna do this for the next like 30 years, every single day. And I was thinking about like the type of person I wanted to be and things like that. And one big thing that was coming to mind recurringly, is like I wanted to travel. I really want to travel. I was just like scratching the surface of traveling, and I was loving it. So I got the world to see. So that's one thing I really want to keep going. Let me think. Yeah, and I guess I was just feeling some type of way about like when Monday came around and having to go back to work in that routine. There's something really, I would say, like, I don't want to say depressing, but like, reality was setting in, and just the long term of it, thinking about that was very, very interesting to me. Um, and I think, I don't know, I used to be able to just like go on trips, feel recharged, come back, get into the routine. I like the routine, it's yeah, I think it's good. But sometimes it gets daunting, sometimes it gets really daunting. So yeah, all of this stems from just having a long time to just think. And I think social media is a big one too for me, that has good and bad effects, right? So um, I uh, I like seeing like people who travel and the beautiful pictures they take, right? Like when my feed is full of that, I love it. But so the other day, I was looking at my Facebook feed, right? And there's some people who had posted about like these crazy gains that they had on Robinhood, right? And I was like, that's awesome. I have a Robinhood account, right? When Tesla went up, it definitely was a nice little bump, But some people, imagine I have like one share of Tesla probably. Imagine the people who have like hundreds or thousands of shares and how much money they gained on it, right? So in any case, I'm seeing people make like, so much money on it, right? Crazy sums. I'm like, dude, like, man, maybe like I need to like find something like that I'm really really passionate about, or something like that, right? It just gets me thinking about what I'm doing. I think that to me is the negative side of social media, like having to compare and everything like that. I'm just thinking about, man, well, I need to be doing that. That seems perfect. Why, But like then I start thinking about, then you get into this rabbit hole, and my mind starts getting negative, and I'm thinking bad thoughts. And then, it's just interesting, right? And you start really diving into that thought, breaking it down, and then it comes back down to circumstances and things like that too. To me, right? I'm thinking about, I have a different hand dealt to me that I just have to play, right? And I got to do what's best. Other people have different hands dealt to them, and they're just trying to make the best of that too. So then when I pull myself back, right, my mind becomes clear. But that's after I shut everything off. I have to like completely remove myself and just kind of think. Go outside, go for a walk, maybe go for a drive, and just think about, hey, look, come back down to earth. Just relax. Everything's going well. I don't know, but like I think one of the things that comes out of that though, when I do reflect, is finding a passion, right? Like it doesn't have to generate money or anything like that to me personally, but I just gotta find something I really, really love, right? Really love to do. I think traveling is definitely one of those things, right? That I really, really love to do. So I don't know. I'll run with that when things are back up, right? Because I think it's something that brings me fulfillment, right? Doesn't seem to be something corporate, to be honest. So I'll just say that for now, I guess. Um, and then I think that's what the next decade is gonna look like for me, right? So I think in my 20s, I was just trying to build, just keep building, keep working, right? Bust your ass, keep busting your ass, and I don't know. At a certain point, you're like, okay, now you've kind of like done the things like work wise, career wise, like degree wise that you need to do. Maybe now just find something you really love to do. And I think that's what the next decade looks like for me, right? I've been messing around with GarageBand a little bit, fucking around making trap beats, trying to like listen to songs and just recreate the beat, like that song "Franchise" by Travis Scott and the Young Thug. I'll just try to like listen to the beat and all the different parts of it, and just like recreate it on my laptop, and just see how that goes. I don't know, it's just kind of a cool skill to develop. It's just something interesting. I'm not like posting it anywhere or anything like that, but kind of interesting. Um, I don't know. And then, that also got me thinking about like, you know, sometimes you think about the routine, but when I was younger, this routine is all I really ever wanted, right? I'm like, dude, you just need like a simple life, just be simple, do the routine, and it'll be great, right? And when I think about it, it is really nice, right? To like, do the same thing, like, and try to elevate your fitness, the routine of it, try to elevate the routine of, your reading, your other skills. I think, the routine and elevating the good parts of your routine make you better, so I continue to try to do that, elevate my fitness, elevate the things I read. I try to elevate the way I speak, the words I use, the different phrases I use. So I don't know, man, I just try to be better in a lot of different ways, not just one. But yeah, so anyway, what I'm trying to say about that is in my 20s, I worked, all I ever wanted was what I have now, so I'm not going to go ahead and diminish that at all, right? I'm not going to like worry about um, like where I need to go as much, right? It's like you've been working for these things, you know, if you like, history shows that if you continue to work for positive things with good intentions, work hard and shit like that, it cut things. I mean, they might come to you, right? Out of hard work and all that stuff. So I don't know. Interesting, right? It's just an interesting thing to think about. Like I said, just having a little bit of an existential like um, trail just going through my mind right now. I'm just trying to figure it out. um I don't know. And like I read articles on financial advice and things like that, and sometimes I find some that are more philosophical in nature. One of those quotes, and I'm sure I'm gonna butcher it, but it wasn't a quote. It was more like, the more money you make after you get off the poverty line, outside of the poverty line, it exponentially decreases in terms of the happiness you receive, right? So like once you're able to cover your basic expenses, the amount more money that you get does not grow at the same rate as your happiness, right? Your happiness rate decreases as you get more money. Like more money doesn't always bring happiness, after that poverty line, and up to a certain point. So for me, sometimes getting more money is not always, related to my happiness. Yes, if I had more money, would it be easier? Things like that, probably, right? Things like that. I don't know. A lot of people say that if they I feel like, how do I put this? A lot of people I see, I don't know what they would do if they didn't have a 9 to 5, right? I think a 9 to 5 is a big part of them. But for me, I definitely know there'd be more things I would do if I didn't have a 9 to 5, right? So it makes sense to try and replace that income sometimes, or like, I don't know. That's like a whole nother financial rabbit hole I don't want to go down. Um, but you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's easy to feel like if you're not making enough money or making X amount by a certain age or doing certain things, you're wrong. But I don't know. I just have to constantly check my ego, right? And be like, am I taking myself too seriously? Like, do I think I'm like the shit? Do I think I'm like the best dude around? No, dude. Are you just like, are you staying humble? Do you think that like you have ways to improve? Are you being objective on your progress and things like that? Is there anything holding you back? So yeah, I try to be as humble as possible. And sometimes like, your ego kicks in and like I gotta do this. I gotta conquer this. I gotta leave a legacy and things like that. And that's not wrong. What I'm saying is just I try to constantly control my ego, make sure I'm staying grounded at all times. And I try to focus on like intangibles now. Like um, keeping my mind clear, right? So this year we couldn't travel so physically, right, as much. So I try to travel in my mind, right? Try to like do this garage man stuff, like read a lot more, to kind of take up some stuff like, I don't know, stretching, a little bit of yoga, dabbling and things like that. I don't know. In a lot of ways, um, I try to do a lot of different things, I guess. Sometimes just I've read more books than I've ever read in a year this year. Just trying to like, elevate in as many ways as possible. But um, I don't know. I think when I do those things, stay in the moment, I don't think as existentially, as I was over the past week or two. So, there's positive things. I think I do have to do a better job dealing with those thoughts instead of sometimes I distract myself with my habits, right? Like exercising and I don't know, exercising and reading and making sure I got to get this list done. But at the same time, if I didn't do those things, I have to be able to deal with my thoughts too. I don't know, and make sure I'm triaging them properly and I'm actually reasoning them through in my mind, right? Not just like fading them out with noise and shit. So, and then another thing, sometimes I'll talk to my mom about this, and as I get older, I understand like what they as immigrants went through when they came here too. Um, is it's just we're a step ahead of them as a second generation here. We're way better off than they ever were. And if they made it, like we'll definitely make it, right? Like that's not just to say I can lean back on that statement, but sometimes it's a grounding statement, right? Like they came here with like absolutely nothing, $0, and just had to like make a life, right? Get a job, swallow their pride a whole bunch, stay in the same place for like years and years and years, even though they might be treated unfairly. I don't know. They dealt with a lot, so I think that, the shit I go through is not nearly as bad as that, right? I don't ever got to worry about that for the most part. So yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just some interesting thing to think about. And sometimes I always don't remember to articulate it the way I do. So I try to jot it down and write about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just was feeling super depressed like when I came back to work that day after Thanksgiving break. So I felt like, hey, look, let me go ahead and fucking put this on the topic to talk about. And when I was younger, I would have these like younger. I'm still young, I guess, but when I'd be in college, I would have these same types of like existential thoughts, right? So when I was in college, I would be like, okay, you're gonna the next 4 years, you're going to get an accounting and finance degree. You're going to work at Deloitte and work your way up the ladder for the next like 10 to 12 years. And then you'll be able to jump into the private industry, get your own, you know what I mean? I was like, dude. And then I was like planning everything down to like the day, the day or the month. So I don't know, I don't do that anymore, right? I don't plan out every like little step. It's not bad to, I don't think, but I think I just I just try to do the right things. I try to focus on the bigger picture things, making sure my values are good and things like that. So I don't know. I'll um I'll continue to try and elevate myself, but yeah, when I was younger, I'll consistently have like existential thoughts like these, constantly want to like just be in the future, be at that point where everything would be okay, and I would be like, yo, I'm good here. I don't need to do anything else. And I don't think that point is ever gonna come, right? I don't think for me there should ever be a point where I'm like, all right, like I made it, I'm good, I'm chill, I don't need to do anything else. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of fucking rambling now, I guess. But um, you know, I think progress. You just reflect on yourself. I'll say, hey, look, like 10 years ago, what was I thinking? What were the things I'm doing? So I kind of do remember what I was thinking, where I was headed, and like I think I have it evolved, right? But part of me recording this stuff down is, hey, look, when I in 10 years, 10, 15 years from now, um, have I grown? Have I like gained some new perspective in life? Shit like that. So, I feel like if I go about life this way, I won't have all these like existential thoughts as much. But I don't know. I might, but it's just good to. I don't know. I'm just trying to reason all my thoughts out and make sure I'm fully conscious and shit about what I'm doing. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Feel free to leave me any feedback, and remember, only positivity. Thanks.